Okay, today we're going to continue the basic series, and in the last, as you remember in the last video, we showed different ways of cutting out the string. So for this video, we're just going to do the next step, and we're just going to go ahead and mount the racket on a 6-point mounting system. So on this Biardo, as you can see, there are basically two levers. The smaller lever is for the center post, and the larger one is for the side two on both sides. So you have two on both sides like that. Okay, and so when you first start, you want to kind of have it so that the center posts are out about even, so that you don't have the racket going too far on one end of the mounting. So you don't want to have it all over on one side or on the other. You want to kind of center it so that these will also kind of be in the center. So what I'll do when I start, I'll just have both posts kind of out about the same, and I'll try to do this so that I'm not in the way of the camera. Okay, so the first thing is you're going to have to adjust the outer to allow for you to be able to just put the racket in, and then it'll just fit in here real easy. And then basically what I generally will do is kind of start with the outer two, because what that'll do is that will actually raise the racket up so that it'll get it in the right spot. And then I'll bring the center two in, and then I'll go back down to the bottom and kind of just like that until it is sort of snug. Okay, not so it's so tight that the racket is just about ready to break if you keep going, but you just want it nice and tight so it doesn't move, and later on you can go ahead and loosen these again to take it off after it's been strung. So again, let's try that. So go ahead and take that racket out. So first thing, we always want to make sure that the butt cap is up. We have both of these about even so that we can kind of make sure that we center the racket. And again, see how it's kind of laying down right now on the post, and I made a mistake. This is where I have my throat area, so I want to make sure that I have that at the throat. And so then what I'll do is I'll generally bring these two in first, that way it lifts the racket where I want it to be, but it's not tight yet, I can still move it. And then I'll bring these two in so it's nice snug, bring these, tighten it, and then there you go, the racket is now secure in the machine. And it kind of takes a little while to kind of get the feel, like how tight do I go, because later when you string the racket, it's going to kind of elongate a little bit, or it'll stretch a little bit. So if you have it on too tight when you mount the racket, what'll happen is sometimes it's hard to get the racket off the machine. I don't know if you've ever had trouble getting the racket off the machine. Sometimes you have to like really get reef on those, and that should tell you that either your racket is elongating or moving a lot during stringing, or you either mounted it too tight. So those are just a couple tips there. So again, this is how you would loosen it. Bring it up. Again, butt cap up. I put it on here. I will adjust the outer two to bring the racket up. I'm trying to do this without getting in the way of the camera. And there you go. Bring these two in. Make sure it's on the center, on the bottom and the top. And you can always check by basically looking to see if this is lined up on near the throat, and then there you go. Then you have your racket secure and you're ready to string. Next video we're gonna start installing the string, measuring and installing. All right, we'll see you in the next video.